And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Trubisky on first down. Shaheen, the tight end, on the right side. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion. But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. Out left to Shaheen. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. A first down throw for Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, Got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Here's Cousins being chased out left. It's caught by Treadwell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Murray. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Muscling free near the 40. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Gotta go.
Throwing here, Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the feet, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. On first down, Trubisky. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. On first and goal, Howard. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll make it second and goal. Now it's Trubisky. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Linval Joseph in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal.
Lock in.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are in for 6.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on third and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a first down. Now a give. This is Murray. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go back to Murray on first down. And some room to maneuver. And down to the 36-yard line here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here's Murray, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On 3rd down, Cousins. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a 1st down.
And he'll be the one in the film session and be saying, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that
2
again.
more time.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
Gun!
Fourth down, Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 43. He'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here's Trubisky. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's got the... First down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it. Yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They pitch out to Howard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up first and goal. Well, you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
They go play action here on first down. His throw incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It'll be a gain of 2. And speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. They come out here in the eye. He's going to get it running right. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal. On third and goal, Howard. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. Parkey with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Play fake. Cousins. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. That'll bring up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Zebra. Four down. Check. Yellow. White.
Working out of the gun, Cousins eluding the pressure, looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Trubisky. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. On the toss play, Howard. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Let's go, let's go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Able to find Shaheen here. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Adam Shaheen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Cousins now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down.
Gun.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And that's incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. And Cook has it, left side. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half.
Black. Move. Motion.
First down. Here's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Akeem Hicks able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Wide.
Cousins from the gun on third. And he fires one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Hey, gotta go.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Trubisky with a give to Howard. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Trubisky will throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down. This is Howard on the toss right. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Let's go. Red, up! Hey, gotta go. Behind.
On second down, Trubisky. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And a short return to the 6-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Following the interception, Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A gain of 39 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. A handoff. It's Murray. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, it certainly appears that the big guys up front have taken charge of the line of scrimmage. 2 really nice plays back-to-back. But on the defensive side of the ball, there shouldn't be any despair. Okay, they've got us a couple of times here. Hang in there, keep your composure, and try and figure it out for the next play.
And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on 3rd down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, a nice spin. And now running right through it. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lock in. Right, 80.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Blue. Hey, 18. Red, up.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And some room to work. And he slides to avoid the hit. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got a little daylight. right. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here's Trubisky. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Trubisky now off the bootleg. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10.
Lucky 48.
Cousins on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Lino! Hey, Steamer!
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Yellow, ready, in there, yellow.
Cousins to throw it. They'll find Thielen on the right side. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. To the air again. It's Cousins. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Leonard Floyd in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by Carlson is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Gotta go, gotta go.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Howard. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Again, it's Howard. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or 2 if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Gotta go.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 4th down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky, eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And no, it's incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Rhino! Check 82, check 82. Hey, yellow. Where's your hot?
A run, it's Murray, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second down, Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on fourth down.
Go ahead.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bears will get the football back. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Lock in.
They go with Howard again. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Come on, gotta go. We got three, fellas. We got three. Lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Chicago, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final season.